Nice to see you again. Today I'm gonna show you how to do embroidery of really precious pictures of your children. And this is stuff that I did when my kids were growing up. I'd be sitting at dentist appointments and gymnastics, things like that. And this is I took the pictures, transferred it onto unbleached muslin. My daughter, son, daughter, son. You can see the different interests. And here they were at a different age. Here he liked numbers, self-portrait, family, the car, really special, sweet things. And then, here one of my daughters did this on her own. She transferred poetry to a cloth. You can make this into a throw, a pillow, a picture, an apron, anything you want. And then the daughter did this, lovely pillow. And this unbleached muslin, it was all the rage in the Little House on the Prairie days. That's why I've got it. But now I think I go with more colors now. I had a granddaughter. I'll show you. The first thing you start out with is a good picture. And this is the one we're going to do today. It's simple, but it's a very good beginner picture of the heart. And my granddaughter did this one, and we put it on, we embroidered it, she colored it in with fabric markers, and then we surrounded it with quilt pieces, and it became a really nice throw. And this is another granddaughter, very cute, huh? And you can tell it's a good because it doesn't have too much detail work, especially if you're a beginner embroiderer. You don't want to kill yourself. You want it to turn out nice. So, then you have the proper picture, and then we'll get, this is, I got this at a fabric store. It's tracing paper and transfer pencils. So you take out a piece of the tracing paper, and you put it over the picture. You take a transfer pencil, and these are nice. I think they wash away, and they're light colored. And then you do your tracing on this. Then you take the piece of paper, and this is a piece of unbleached muslin again. Just something that is not a heavy weave. You put this on upside down, by the way. This is the part I drew. I put it upside down. Take a hot iron, no steam, and go over and over and over it gently. Not to move it, it has to stay in place. And put little pins to hold it in place too. And then it comes off gently onto the fabric. So, this stuff you can do at night when you're watching TV, stuff with your family, talking to your friends. It's really fun. There's an embroidery hoop. It unscrews. There's a middle. The middle part you put underneath. Center the thing right on the hoop. And if you have a large drawing, you're going to be moving the hoop around as you go. And the hoop is to hold it tight, and you screw it on. You pull it tight, make sure it's taut. Taut's the word, like a trampoline, you know? Because if it's loose, it's not going to turn out nice. You want it real firm. And you can readjust it as you work. And then, I have a box of embroidery floss, and I like colors, bright colors, really pretty things. If you're going to go to all this trouble, make it count, make it show. I would not waste my time with too many pastels, unless you are just so good that you can really weave beautiful pastels. And do it. And you can get these. You can get this online. These little from embroidery magazines. But we're going to do instructions. We're going to do an outline stitch, just a basic outline stitch. Okay, so here we go. I always use a thimble because if you poke your finger and it's bleeding, you're going to get blood on your item that you're sewing. And that is really an unhappy event. So you take an embroidery needle. It has to be thin enough to go through the fabric easily, but it has to have a big enough hole that it'll, and this is 2 strands. I pull out 2 strands. And by the way, when you get the embroidery floss, it comes in 6 strands. So you have to separate out the 2 strands and kind of gently pull it out. Everything's got to be patient and gentle. It's a good exercise in patience. Then you threaded it through, and one of the ends you do a knot. And you get better at knots. Some knots are better than others. Some people are fabulous at knots. My mother was amazing, not me. I never know how my knot's going to turn out. Whatever. There we go. So, now I'm going to start, and you can do every little area can have a different color. Whatever you want. You might do it as you go along. You might change your mind and rip it out and do a different color. That's the whole fun of it. Ladies used to always do that. They'd be talking to someone on the phone, doing your embroidery work, whatever. Now this is called an outline stitch. So put the thread at the top, pull it taut, and then I'm going to go in, and about halfway through, I'll kind of angle it down and I'll come out again. Okay. And I'm going to pull it tight again, make sure it's nice and taut. See, then you can feel like an old-fashioned person that knows these clever skills. And then you slightly up and then halfway down. It's so fun. You can get a huge section done while you're watching a video or something. And then you feel so productive. Like I have a little gooseneck lamp, and I put it beside me so that it doesn't light up the whole room, and I can see better, but you don't need all that light, and then everybody else can also see the TV. It's fun. And if you're older and your eyes are dim, you can get special magnifying things that come down, and you can do your sewing under the magnifier so that you'd be 95 years old and you're still creating gorgeous stuff. See? Okay, so I've done this farce, and now that's all for today. So I put my little needle in there, and I wind it up just like Laura did when she was done for the day. Put my thimble, my scissors, and there you go for the next day. Nice to see you. See you next time.